Hi, and welcome to Coach's Corner, where systems matter and both personal and professional learning and development is beneficial for everyone and essential for some. As always, please like, subscribe, comment, share, and hit the notification bell. Let's get started.
So today we're gonna start with overall questions. So for my first overall question is, what is a good business pitch?
Well, I like to talk about, you're getting into an elevator.
Okay.
Just on a side note. So, how you get in the elevator sometimes.
Yeah.
And it's packed. You can't
Right.
even move around.
Yeah.
So one time I said, the reason I called this business meeting, and everybody starts cracking up, but the best elevator story I've ever had. So it was me and this old dude, like he was like little guy. And there were two older ladies in there. And he says, he looks at me, guy, smoothest guy ever. He goes, man, I feel like a thorn amongst roses. And I was like, what? I mean,
Yes.
and that's classic. So those are my two classic elevator stories. But getting back to the pitch.
Yeah.
So I look at it and I say, come out strong, right? It's like floor one. So if you don't come out strong, everybody's off on floor two. You've lost them already on a pitch.
Yeah.
So you act like you're getting on an elevator, and usually I would make some sort of a shock statement, or I would ask a question that gets people to start thinking. That's usually how I would, be able to start a pitch.
Okay.
But something that smacks them around pretty good.
Yeah.
To where they're like, wait a minute. Or like if you think about an essay, when you're reading the first couple lines, you're getting ready to take a big essay
Yeah.
going into law enforcement. If the first couple lines don't grab them, you're probably in trouble.
Right.
Right? And so I look at it like that. So here's a pitch. You ready?
Yeah.
So I dry cars off after they get washed.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
You're done. You don't even make it to the first floor. But what about if you said, I control millionaires with the wave of a hand?
Right.
Right? So I was at the car wash one time, and I'm not saying I'm a millionaire, but, I got a little bit. This guy waves his little towel or his hand.
Right.
And I'm like, I come running out there, and I thought, man, what a great pitch.
Yeah.
So something like that is way better. So they both do the
Right.
same thing,
Right.
right? But one gets your attention.
Yeah.
You know.
Absolutely.
And then I look at like floors 2 through, whatever it be 5 or 7 or 9 or Empire State Building,
Yeah.
100 million. But whatever the rest of the pitch is, I think is hinging and contingent around that statement and or a question. Get them to think about something,
Right.
one way or another. And then I think you just start, talking about what is it that's important to you, or, why is it that this product or this service or whatever, how it's going to help people. I like to triangulate the data or try to look at 360-degree input and feedback. Who are all the players? So there's the customer or the client. There's the person maybe you're pitching to. There's yourself. There's investors potentially. There's right. There's all those people. And I try to touch the bases on each one of those on how it can be a help to them. Also, what's the challenge and how are you trying to resolve that challenge in a thoughtful way?
Yeah.
And so I just think it's that kind of stuff. And then at the end, you better have a strong close.
Right.
So you want to open strong and you
Right.
want to end strong.
Right.
Right. And you've been in sports your whole life.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of times when you get out in front of somebody in a team sport and they're done. It's sayonara. You're up 20-0 and they can't recover.
Yeah.
But there's other times where they're up 20-0, but they don't know you're going to keep fighting, and all of a sudden you got a chance in the fourth quarter with 2 minutes left, and you're Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Probably going to win.
Right.
Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The Falcons found out, pretty hard the last couple.
Woo!
Yeah. So second question, what are some issues that, or maybe not issues, but something that business owners should think about when purchasing for inventory?
Oh, when they're buying their inventory?
Yeah.
I always look at it and I say find underpriced stuff that people are wanting.
Right. Okay.
So if you're collecting data in your store, let's say you have like a 7-Eleven or a Walgreens or that kind of convenience store, right?
Yeah.
And so there's going to be certain things that are going to sell more than other things,
Right.
based off of the demographics of where you're at,
Yes.
right? It could be candy and Cokes and da-da-da. Maybe there's a lot of kids in that area, or it could be a lot of upset adults, and so the alcohol, you know, and the cigarettes and the different things of that nature, whatever that is.
Yeah.
And so I say, hey, make sure you get that stuff at the right price.
Right.
Search around.
Yeah.
You know, I had a dad who he's funny. So I mean, this was an extreme, but I learned this from him. He would drive around to 9 dealerships to save $4. So he probably lost more in gas. But he taught me how to negotiate and to work with and whatever.
Right.
And so whatever the price was, no matter what, I'm like, I mean, it could be the best price in the world. I'm like, are you crazy? Like $5? Jeez. I'm not asking to buy stock in your company. I just wanted a Snickers bar.
Right. Absolutely.
Right. And so I think that if you buy underpriced to begin with, and then, you know, that's good. And if you can't get it underpriced, but it's selling all the time, then who cares? Right. I mean, and then strategically place that stuff in your store.
Yeah.
Right. You know, that's why at Walmart, you know, those guys aren't dumb. Right. You go in to buy some toilet tissue and some Kleenex and a frame, and you walk out with a bicycle, right? Yeah. And so they're able to strategically place things. But in the end, I think, you know, when you're buying what I call merchandise to sell, I think try to find underpriced stuff, try to find stuff that's selling on a regular basis.
Right.
And if it's not, then get it out of there, you know, do the blowout corner. Right. And always put that in the back, so they got to walk through the whole store. So they walk out with the bicycle, the tire, and all those things.
Got it.
Yeah.
When it comes to business startups, is there any challenges or something that could hinder someone that has limited or low education? Maybe they didn't graduate high school, or maybe, you know, they did graduate high school and that was it. Yeah, no. The only really restriction is that if you don't do something. Right? Because you may go do something and it's terrible. Right. So if you do but you have to do something first, right? Yes. You have to do something. Right. Then what you have to do is collect data on what's important for you. For us, it's helping people more than it's money. Right. Right. So that's data that we collect. Now no money, no mission. Right. Yes. So we look around that, and then the third thing we do is what are things that we're either giving away or what are we getting into our nonprofit, right? Yeah. So we collect data around that. So what's important for a startup is that you got to sell stuff, or you're not going to be in business for very long. Right. So, you know, that's probably going to be primary. You know, you and I have talked about it before. If you talk about an orchestra, people talk about balance. I'm like, that's a bunch of crap. Right. Right. Sometimes the flutes, you know, they're going as high as they can, or the trumpets or whatever. Yes. Well, to begin with, you got to go out and sell some stuff, right? That's number one. Or again, you know, no money, no mission. Right. It doesn't matter how altruistic or Mother Teresa like that you are. Yeah. And so I think those are things that, you know, are critically important. And then can you repeat the exact question? Because I think there was one other comment I wanted to make, but I forgot. Oh, I said limited or low education, so they either only graduate high school or didn't graduate high school. Yeah, I think that's the biggest bunch of crap ever, right? So we had an after-school program, and these were paraprofessionals, people that did not have 5-year degrees and a credential and another, you know, year, right? They had to take a baseline test. And they would wipe the street with the teachers that actually went through that whole process. Yeah. So they weren't as educated, but they were doers. Right. So I hate this, you know, thing about, oh, well, you know, I got to have all this knowledge and I got to be buttoned up and Harvard and this, that. No offense against Harvard, but, you know, no. Just go out and do stuff. And if it doesn't work out, pivot until you'll figure it out. Thomas Edison. Right. 10,000. He doesn't call them mess ups, neither do I. 10,000 attempts at something that didn't work, so he kept pivoting, and eventually he made it. Right, absolutely.
If you need to contact Brett or Coach, please do so on his social media accounts, email, and or text. You can find that information in the description below. Again, please like, subscribe, comment, share, and hit the notification bell. Thanks, and we hope you enjoyed.
Good to go.